get it on these youngins talking like they knowin' something. Recognize that I've been through it, time to run it, let's get to it.
You think you right, you always wrong. Fourth quarter going strong. You just be talking, you ain't on. Like the verses in my songs, I'm going in.
I'm number one, 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 I'm number one. I'm number one, 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 I'm number one.
Yeah. Hand me the trophy I won. Gonna check the score. Yeah. This game is too easy, I act like I'm dunking and finger roll. Yeah. I need me all A. We don't kick a field goal. We throwing TDs, hands up, meet me in the end zone.
Yeah, touchdown.
I win so much to take a loss, don't even feel wrong.
Yeah, you got it.
I get the road fans that cheer for me so much I feel home.
Yeah, they cheer for me.
This the last lap, then I hit the gas and I peel on it.
Yeah.
I might win the ship and go Jerry Krause and rebuild on it.
Yeah.
I'm number one and I know that they hate it. Holding the trophy, the crowd go crazy. I'm up on top, all it took was some patience. Studied the greats and the dudes, I paid them. Hit a home run, kicking dirt on the bases. Autograph signing and kissing them babies. I'ma win in the clutch, I'm a GOAT like Brady. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, it is the Going In
podcast
with yours truly, the Lord, Nelson, that is, and the young Johnny Handsome.
Hey, tell him again, man. Jay Parker, you feel me? Yeah, you need to tell him one more time.
You know what I usually. Hold on. You know what I usually say. You.
Yeah, the last time, yeah, you
got on me about that. So you know,
yeah,
change it up. But anyway, beyond that, ladies and gentlemen, we have a very, very special guest. I know I say that, but we have a super, super special guest, and we're gonna talk to this young man. Listen, he is a coach. He's a mentor. He's a great husband. He's a great father. And listen, we're going to talk about his accolades and all kinds of things while he try to get, humble over there with the fly glasses on and doing what he does. You know what I'm saying? You see the tape line on this guy. You see what's going on. Listen, you know what that's over there saying? Success. Success. You know what I mean? So ladies and gentlemen, Coach Dion Bethea. Yo, man.
You gotta clap it up. Hey, you gotta clap it up for this one.
Yeah. Wow. It's all up, man.
Thank you for coming on, man. This is wow.
Nah, I appreciate it, man. I'm glad both of y'all invited me, man. I wouldn't want to be nowhere else, man. So I appreciate y'all, man, for having me on.
Yeah, exactly.
Love. So we're gonna start it off, man. And I like to ask everybody the same questions. First couple of questions. First question is, where are you from?
I'm from Colombia, South Carolina. I grew up in Newcastle.
Newcastle.
Oh yeah, Newcastle, man. I mean, hey, born and raised,
Newcastle.
Yeah, a lot of tough guys. Over by Columbia Mall, man.
Okay, I don't even know.
Yeah,
man,
a lot of.
You don't know, man. Go ahead, man.
No, I was gonna tell them, man. A lot of tough kids and a lot of fighters come up out of there, man. So it was a great neighborhood, and it really helped raise me and get me to this point. My grandmother and my mom, Newcastle, like I said, 413, that was home. So they did a lot for me there.
So Newcastle, I know a lot of people that live in Newcastle, of course, which is my other question I'll go to. I have one after this, but I'll go to that question first. So you went to the great school of
Richland Northeast.
Northeast High School.
Yeah, but before Northeast, let's talk about the other two great schools.
Hold on. Okay, go ahead.
Nah, Forest Lake Elementary.
Forest Lake.
And then Richland Northeast.
So hold on. You kind of went out for a moment. So you said Dent also?
Yeah, Forest Lake and Dent Middle School. Yep.
I didn't go to Forest Lake because I was a military kid, but I definitely went to Dent, and I definitely went to Richland Northeast High School, the best school in the world, man. Yo, man, the best school in the world. All those Newcastle people over there, man. Woo!
What we talking though? Because Dutch Fort, hey, you know what? I know y'all got y'all glory days, but don't disrespect the boys. Do some foxes like that. Now, come on now.
Hey, Jay, hey, Dutch Fort wasn't even built when we was.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
As I
Yo,
always,
but
good.
hey, but all thing I was gonna say was, but salute the Dutch Fork, man. After us.
All right, I can live with that.
So, Coach, this is a question. What is the best thing about Colombia? What's the best thing about Colombia that you love?
You know, like when you have like great events and stuff, man. You know, Colombia comes out and they support it. You know, especially if it's something positive. You know, me being here, I just turned 47 on Saturday. So, you know, me being here all my life, man, you know, it's all I know. But, you know, we do have a lot of great people here and a lot of great events. And, you know, it's that it gives you that Southern feel. You know, we always make each other feel welcome, you know, and that's from childhood to even adulthood. Because, you know, like, you know, I kind of feel like all the success and everything that I have with what's going on with me is because of everybody that I interact with. So I take a little piece of everybody, the people I grew up with, you know, from elementary to middle school and even high school, college, you know, and, you know, even some great leaders along the way. I just take a little piece of that and I put it within me. So when I'm successful, you know, it's everybody, including yourself. And Jay, you know, so you know, like that's how I look at it, man. But Colombia, man, it's a great place, and you know, the people come out and they support great things.
And that is Columbia, South Carolina, ladies and gentlemen. Columbia, South Carolina, not Columbia in South America. Columbia, South Carolina. I just want to make sure it's clear. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't say it. You know, I didn't say it. So
I think it's the best city in the world. I think it's the best city ever, for sure.
Well, that's why I ain't left.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
South Carolina actually is a great place to live, man. I can never front on South Carolina. I've been some other places, but I always come back to South Carolina. I am actually from Charleston, South Carolina, Chucktown, but I spent a great deal of my time in Columbia. So let's not get it twisted. So, but college-wise, where'd you go to college, man?
I went to Allen University when I graduated from Richland Northeast. I had some opportunities to play basketball at Allen. And, you know, great story was me and a good friend of mine, David Slaughter, we went up to North Greenville, and they wanted to come and work out and play with their guys. And both of us did real well. And, you know, the thing was, man, just like you just said about Columbia, man, like North Greenville compared to Columbia, and then I wanted to be close to my family and my grandma. So I chose to stay at home. Dave went to Greenville, and then I went to Allen University. And, you know, Allen was a blessing for me because we wasn't given everything. You know, we had to work for everything, you know, being on 15 passengers with about 20 people, you know, and riding and playing games. Nah, it'll humble.
No, I got you. I feel you.
So you know, I tell my guys all the time, I was like, look, y'all got it easy. You know, we got a big bus, 55 passenger bus, and I get leg space and stuff, and we squeeze it in the 15 passengers. But you know, I took that and I used that, you know, for motivation for myself, because it was like, you you wanna be in a situation where you're bettering yourself and working hard.
Indeed.
So that's what I took. I took from that, you know, at Allen, and you know, we didn't have a lot of money and stuff, but you know, me and my teammates, we always stuck together and we looked out for each other. But it was a great experience. You know, that was my SEC, ACC, and I wasn't good enough to play in those leagues. But I tell kids all the time, like, it's a lot of kids can't play in those leagues, but whatever you put into the league that you're in, it can be your ACC, SEC.
Right, indeed. Shout out to David Slaughter. What's up, Playboy? Slaughter, man. Yo, I just remember Slaughter, man. It's love though, man. David's a cool dude, man. No doubt. Always been. So, Jay, you want to ask the question first, man? I'm gonna let you go ahead before I move on. Good.
Look, I don't know. I know you humble and everything, but I don't think you get the credit you deserve or the flowers you deserve for South Carolina basketball. I mean, when I was coming up, the Ravens was like, you know what I'm saying? If you ain't playing for the Ravens, that's like big time. I think you had John Wall on there one time. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
So, man, you putting players in college and all that, top AAU organizations. You know what I'm saying? Now you're a multi-state championship with Grace. So, what you think about that when I just said that? Do you think you get the credit you deserve for South Carolina basketball?
I think I get it from the people that really, have a lot of respect for me. Of course, anything you do in life, you're going to have people that, they say hate, and stuff like that. But I don't pay that no attention. The thing for me is, long as I'm doing right by the kids and the parents, I'm good. And, I had a great run with the South Carolina Ravens building it up. When you have great players like Murphy Holloway, like about 2 weeks ago, he's overseas playing, and he reached out to me just to, check on me and stuff like that's what I get out of it. Talking to former players and, seeing them have families and become fathers and things like that. So, when it comes to the recognition and stuff, they don't never have to recognize me. As long as my players, they know I gave them my all, and I love them, and had a lot of respect for them. That's what it means to me. Like, so I can care less about what they saying, because the people that saying stuff, they don't know me. They never spent no time with me. I just feel like, when you sitting there and you doing something great, you always gonna have critics to sit there and try to critique anything you do, and you got people that want you to fail. So, I don't pay that no attention, because at the end of the day, the man upstairs, man, he already got that thing like, written out on how it's gonna go down. So I'm just following that path.
All right.
Go
ahead, I'm sorry.
Yeah, so that's one, just to piggyback off that, how was it building Gray? I would think from the ground up, you know what I'm saying? You built it to a dynasty now, you know what I'm saying? In that aspect, in my mind. So what's the difference between, moving from AAU through your whole transition of coaching to now, high school basketball coach winning multi-state championship?
No, it's still, a lot of work that you got to do. The biggest thing for me was making sure I had the right staff together, because you want guys around you that's going to work, just as hard as you, but, having a great staff. And then on top of that, like, people always talk about recruiting and stuff. Like, we're not out here going to watch kids and, trying to recruit kids to come to Gray. Like, when you got great relationships, parents and kids recruit each other. They want to play together. They want to play a great schedule and things like that. So, once they saw my vision and they believed in the vision, it just took off. So, we just, we want to be trendsetters, man. Like, I don't like being like everybody else. The only time I was average in high school, and from that point on, I always looked at myself as being elite. So, when you mention Dion Bethea, nah, he's an elite person, and he does elite things too.
Exactly.
Well, that's love. So he kind of was going into my next question, which I love that. But here's my thing. So you're one of the great high school coaches in the country. You three-peated, then lost in the Final Four last year, and then you returned this year to win it again. So how hard was it to three-peat, and then losing that fourth attempt refocus you to go harder this year?
Man, getting those first three, you know, it was real tough. You know, we definitely had to, you know, work real hard, and, you know, we had some unbelievable kids. But then last year, you know, a lot of people didn't realize I had got COVID. So I was out and I was different, man, when I came back. And, I haven't been swearing like for a year and a half now, you know, and I had to change a lot.
Okay.
You know, I had, you know, to make sure I got myself together. And, you know, I don't even put that loss on the kids last year or the staff. I told them, I was like, my shoulder's big enough, I can take it. So, you know, I told them we lost last year, you know, it's on me, you know, me getting sick, you know, not making up any excuses. It was just, you know, when you have a lot going on, you know, you got to sit there and you got to sometimes push it to the side. I couldn't push it to the side. I had to sit there and deal with it, but I don't felt like I gave them my all. So we went down in the Final Four, but you know, I had a whole year to sit there and think about it. And when this year rolled around, you know, I was so focused and locked in, because I was like, nah, we got to get back to where we belong. And you know, we knew this group probably wasn't our most talented group, but it was our most gritty group, and we had to really be, you know, like sound from a defensive standpoint, making sure everybody, you know, was together and, you know, locked in, and the schedule was right. And by the time we got to them playoffs, man, like I turned into a different person. It was like my door was closed. They was like, "Yo, was Coach in there?" Right. And, you know, I'm sitting there like, just like, nah, you know, like, let's go. I'm not in a good mood. Let's go handle business. And that's how it was, you know, once the playoffs and the state championship roll around, because they wasn't talking about us, you know, the first 3 years, the first 4 years, they was. And then this year, you know, they tried to play us like we wasn't good. So, you know, extra motivation.
Indeed, that's Lord.
Oh yeah.
Yo.
Yeah, nah, Lloyd, man, like, nah, you know, like, once again, man, I grew up in Newcastle, so, you know, I'm a tough dude, but, you know, sometimes you got to sit there and play the game too, because, you know, those rankings and stuff was coming out, you know, they was being very disrespectful, but then also too, with the position I'm in, you know, sometimes people do stuff because they want a reaction, and I wouldn't give them a reaction. Right. You know, I put my stuff into positive energy. So it was like, oh, y'all want me to sit there and tweet something out or post something about us being ranked 8 or 9? Yeah, all right, wait on that.
Right.
Now, that's it. You know, it ain't nothing to sit there and tweet about or talk about. We're going to show you. And we did. We did that this year.
No doubt.
You just like Jordan. You just needed any little thing to get you on, put you on that edge to go win it.
Man, I was sitting there screenshotting everything, because like I said, when it was time for that playoff run, I was like, yeah, y'all remember this? Okay, let's make sure we handle our business and go out there and, you know, do what we supposed to do.
Now, go ahead, Dad.
No, okay, so.
Now, do you think that has probably been the toughest thing that you faced in the past few years? Worrying about the rankings and all that, or you just go out there every day and try to be the best?
Well, nah, we were used to being at the top, you know, but, you know, we lost a couple kids this summer, you know, starting the school year, but we still knew what we had. It was just, you know, we had kids that were playing football too. Started the season out, you know, 1 and 2. I mean, we didn't have everybody, but then, you know, like all the talk, oh, they not good, they not this, they not that. So, okay, so continue to talk. Make sure y'all keep that same energy. Because when you see us in the playoffs, you know, it's a different group. We won 16 straight. Last loss we had was the 2 games in Delaware, and then we rolled. You know, that stuff didn't bother us, man. I mean, it was just extra motivation.
Yeah, you knew what you had. So my next question is, so your team plays teams all across the country. How has this helped your program?
Because when we got to the playoffs and even the championship game, you know, like I'm in practice that last week, and I'm like, you know, we doing individual work and we continuing to get better, but it was like, yo, it's nothing that we haven't saw. So you know, the thing for us is we just got to make sure we go out there and perform, and you know, like go out there and defend, and continue to keep playing together. And that's how it was. You take coaching, you can be less talented, but if you're taking coaching and you believing in the process, then yes, you are going to be in the winner's circle.
Right.
And they felt that because, like I said, it wasn't nothing for me to sit there and be all jokey and smile like, nah, we'll do that after we holding up that trophy.
Exactly. That's real. So, no, listen, it's a great answer, man, because I guess that when you look at how LeBron and those guys, they would travel to go play across the country, play all the teams. Back when I was younger, there wasn't much of that. Maybe the guys at Northeast when it was hold on a second. Something stupid. All right. The guys they went to the Alaska shootout or something like that, but they didn't go like you guys and play somebody in Jersey or California or whatever like that. You guys really travel and get to see the country and really play top tier teams. And so that's when I was asking that question. So are some of these guys like really good, or they just other levels, or are they just as good as the guys that are here?
Yeah, I think a lot of it is, like when we went to Vegas, it gave us an opportunity to play a team from Utah, Arizona, Texas, California, so like that right there, like each state has different styles of basketball, but it was great for us because we knew like, all these styles, it'll help us. But at the same time, man, it was just a great experience for the kids too. And, the other thing too, when you go on great trips, it's not just about the basketball stuff. It's about taking them to see something, because some of them kids ain't gonna never get an opportunity to see some of that stuff anyway.
Right.
One of my favorite trips, and the reason we did it because my wife, she does an amazing job planning trips for us and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So DC for like a vacation, and we hung out, and she made the reservations for us to go to the African American Museum, which that was amazing. So we got invited to the Gonzaga Classic in DC. So I was like, nah, we're gonna go ahead and book the tickets ahead of time,
right?
And we take a team over there. But taking those kids to DC, Vegas, Delaware, we done been to the Virgin Islands, just been a lot of New Orleans, right. Florida. We done been everywhere. So taking them someplace like DC to the African American Museum and letting them see that, like the Emmett Till, section that they had. I mean, it was crazy. But just see their reaction and stuff. Like, I like doing things like that because the educational piece is very important for them. Just giving them an opportunity to learn their history, going to Vegas and, like just taking them to the Strip and letting them see some of that stuff, man. Like, that's what I get out of it. Like basketball and stuff is only 5% of it. It's 95% of everything else. What you doing at home, who you hanging out with, like all that, what you doing in school,
right?
So me having an opportunity to play in great events and stuff, we also try to look at the area and stuff and try to make it educational for them too.
Which is cool. So let me go into this. So I love your posts. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to like them because they're always good. So they're always inspirational. So I applaud you for instilling the same inspiration in your student athletes. So it's great to see them do well on the court and in class. How do you feel when you see them graduate and receive offers to play at the next level?
Well, I mean, it's funny you said that because I've been so hard on them about the educational aspect. Of course, everybody know now, like I never finished. I'm finishing now, and then I graduate May 6th from Benedict College.
Yeah.
My undergraduate, man. So it was like, it was always in my back pocket, but I was so hard on them about finishing the job and stuff, but then it was weighing on me too, because it was like, well, how can you sit there and get on them about finishing, high school, and then you ain't even finished college,
right.
But when I told them about that, they couldn't believe it because it was like, man, all the great places you done been, all the people and stuff like that, and you walking around and you don't have your degree.
Right.
And I was like, no. I said, excuse me, I said it was never it was never brought up, and nobody asked because everybody always assumed because of how I carried myself.
Right.
You know, but the educational aspect of it is very important, you know, and you know, me at 47, you know, walking across that stage and that's at the top of my list. You know, the state championships and stuff is great, but you know, having former players there, having my players that's there now at Gray, you know, having an opportunity to see me do that, you know, that's gonna mean a lot. And then, you know, I just hope that continue on and inspire, you know, some of my other guys, you know, and even the ones that's going to college next year.
So what's the most difficult aspect of coaching, and what's the most fulfilling?
Well, the most difficult part of it for me, man, because, you know, I really love being around my girls and, you know, aggravating my wife. You know, but, you know, when the season ends, you know, it's kind of hard to, you know, give them a lot of my attention. Like since the season ended here, you know, I try to make it as easy as possible for her and try to pick the kids up every day. You know, and, you know, I drop them off in the morning, but then some nights that, you know, we got games and stuff. And then when I get home, they in bed, you know, but that's the most difficult part for me, you know, just being away from them. Cause when we do go on these great trips, you know, because of COVID and stuff, they're not going, you know, but you know, something I do get out of it that I really enjoy is like when I do get an opportunity to get home, I like just turning on the TV and seeing a lot of my former guys. You know, that's what I like. I mean, you know, I want to text them, yo, great game. You know, you can sit back and just keep flipping through the channels and you seeing your guys on TV. Like, I love that. You know, and, you know, people was like, man, you don't like going to the spots and watching them play? I was like, I've been there, done that. I said, I TV at home and I'm good.
Yeah, that's what's up. So, okay. So, what do I want to ask you next?
Okay, so I got one for you. So now, all right, so like you've been coaching for a while and you've seen a different evolution of gameplay. So does your so now I guess everybody wants to shoot the three like Steph Curry from 50 feet out. Does your coaching style ever change, or do you just keep the same thing going year in, year out?
Well, no, it changes because, you know, depending on the personnel. You know, one of the things I do constantly say all the time is I don't want guys that take shots. Anybody can shoot the basketball. My 8-year-old, she can shoot the basketball, but I want guys that can make shots. You know, when you making shots, you're more effective and, you know, you'll produce more. You know, if you're just a guy out there that's just throwing up shots and praying that it go in, like, you can come over there by me and hold a clipboard. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, you're not with us right now. You're playing for the other team. You know, but now I became a big time student of the game, man. You know, just, you know, spacing, you know, having great spacing, man, and a lot of the stuff we run is good stuff. And then I'm the master of mismatches because, you know, when you watch film on somebody, you know, of course, somebody got to be the weakest link there. And, you know, you find a way that, you know, it's going to help your team win. So, you know, I done got really, really good at that, you know, so, you know, I think, you know, those are some big things.
So my next question is, how important is it to have a great supporting cast with you? I mean, family, assistant coaches, and the entire school from faculty to students.
It's very important. You know, it starts at home first, you know, with my wife and my kids, you know, being real supportive. And, you know, they do a great job of that. But then also to my assistant coaches, you know, I'm a fun guy. So, you know, I don't like people around me that's uptight. And, you know, I really take care of my staff and they do a great job of taking care of me and making my job as easy as possible too. So, you know, salute to those guys, man, because they very important. And then, of course, my family, man, like, you know, no matter what I got going on, like somebody calling me, you know, because they so proud of all my accomplishments and everything that I'm doing.
Right.
And I always take time, man, to answer the phone or respond to text messages and stuff, because, one thing I'm not going to do, I'm not going to sit there, change, I'm still the same person. So, they are definitely important. My mom, my dad, just conversations with them, like almost every day. My mom called me every day. So, we talk. But, the school, great Collegiate Academy, and, from the top, Dr. Newsome, athletic director, Adam Holmes, they're very supportive of everything that we do. And even the faculty and staff, man, I have some unbelievable conversations with them. And with us being a small school, they do a great job of, emailing me if somebody's slipping a little bit in class. And some places you might not have great communication, but the communication over at Gray is amazing. And then, I can't forget about the parents, man. Since I've been there, the parents have been nothing but amazing. They sit there and they support us and they want us to coach their kids hard. And, and that's why we work so hard on trying to get them some opportunities to get in school and, go on to be successful on and off the court. But that's all that stuff, man, it wraps into one, man. So it's definitely important.
That's that's awesome. That's great. Most definitely. So what's the best advice that you've received that you've applied to your coaching?
When you building a culture, you definitely want to make sure that everybody is on board and they have, either the same vision or they have something that can, be added to it. One thing, if you ask any of my kids, when you sit there and say, what's two things Coach Dion can't stand? And all of them will tell you the same thing. They'll sit there and say, you can't stand a liar and a thief. And the reason I'm so tough on them with that is, one, with the thief thing is, I'm too good to y'all for y'all to steal anything. And if you want something, like, all you got to do is sit there and ask.
Right. So
what's the opportunity to say yes or no? Because if you take it and we find out, now we got to sit there and we got to deal with it. But with the lying thing is, I treat this like a business. Don't have your mom and dad reach out to me or the staff about you not coming to practice or you running late, because it's not their responsibility. Because in the real world, if you do that, you're not going to have a job.
That's right.
So they do a good job of letting us know if they running late or, if they working on an assignment or something like that. Because, I don't play that. Like, nah, we ain't doing no excuses and we ain't doing no lying.
Right.
So those are two things that, I really believe in, and it was advice passed down on to me. So, I've been using it in my program ever since.
Awesome.
Sure.
Okay, so no, I'm rolling on. I didn't know whether he was going to jump in there. So next question. This might be the last one. I don't know.
I got one more, but it's going to be on a lighter note. It's going to be.
Got one more? So we'll end with that, and I'll go ahead and ask this question.
Yeah.
All right. So Jay kind of touched on it a little bit earlier, but you have created an amazing winning tradition at Great Collegiate Academy. Do you have any aspirations of coaching college or professional basketball?
That's a good question.
Yeah, that's a great question, because I do. It was at, early on in my career, I was a yeller and I wasn't a good coach. So I gotten better over the years, because when I was doing the AAU, I was a screamer. So, I could have had some opportunities early on while doing the AAU to coach college, but it wasn't something I wanted to do. I wanted to do AAU forever. But then when I got out and started getting involved with, coaching like the post-grad program, Great Military Academy to Great Collegiate Academy, I really liked it, and felt like, well, I could sit here and make a splash in high school basketball, which I've done.
Right.
But winning championships is great, man. But, having opportunities to coach college or the NBA, like, yeah, definitely. I mean, if it's the right situation and it makes sense, man, and, it's something that me, the wife, and the kids agree on, then yes, it's definitely something to look at, but, as of right now, man, May 6th graduation, and then it could open up more doors and stuff. But the next plan for me is me getting my master's in administration.
Okay, indeed. I applaud you on that one, man. I applaud you.
Oh yeah.
Jay, what you about to clown about, man?
Yeah, I'm already about
listen, man, this dude right here, man, the youth of today, man. I don't know what we gonna do with him, man.
Man, this man is a LeBron hater. Okay, so this man's a LeBron hater. Now, LeBron had, 10K or whatever, 30, 10, 10. He hated that he wrote it on the ball and took a picture or a video and showed it. Now, I want to get your thoughts on that because he think that he shouldn't have to do it. I understand it, but I try to tell him it's a new generation. Like, you want just get out of that way. So what you think about that?
Yeah, I mean, like the thing is, man, every conversation that when you talk about LeBron and his greatness and stuff, he's great for his era. I really feel like, if you base it off of numbers, yeah, you can sit there and say he's the greatest of all time. But the thing is, man, like, what Mike has done, what Kobe has done, and even what LeBron done, I mean, all that is some type of greatness.
Mm-hmm.
But it all depends on what you're looking for, within those three guys.
That's right.
Some people like the final shots from Kobe and Mike. And then, people don't like, that LeBron don't take that shot. He'll give the ball to Kyrie or somebody else to sit there and make the play.
Yeah.
But him doing that, man, like, that was his moment. And that was his way of him loving up on himself. Mike wouldn't have to do that because Mike could just get somebody else to do it for him. He'd be like, "Nah, you right."
That's what I told him. I told him this.
I'm just trying to say there's a different generation. If that man wants to do that and this is his area, he felt like that's what he wanted to do, let the man have it. It shouldn't be no comparing. It's just how it is now.
But Coach, this is the deal. What I'm trying to tell him. LeBron James is one of the greatest basketball players to ever play. They got him sitting there, wrapped up, knees wrapped up, stomach wrapped up. This man is looking on his phone to write down these things on a ball. When Jay will do it, Dion will do it, Lord will do it, any of his other people will do it. So when I see this, I'm like, LeBron a little self-centered to me. The things that he's thinking about, me as a Laker fan, I'm a Laker fan. And so when I have the Kareems and the Magics and the Kobes and the Shaqs and all of them, they were thinking about winning. They were thinking about playing hard. I'm not saying he doesn't think about those things. But when you see those other kind of things like that, it's like, my dude, we losing right now, man. What are you doing? Why is it? Everybody else is going to do that for you. It was everywhere on every doggone sports channel or whatever like that. But for him to take that ball, if you score 15,000 points, who's going to come bring you that ball, Coach?
No, I mean, they're going to bring the ball, but they're going to have it signed and stuff.
Exactly. That's all I was telling him. It's going to happen. He didn't have to do that. But when he went and did that himself, because I always tell him, I don't hate LeBron at all. I don't know how, if he's even a humble dude at all. I just think that he's a little self-centered. That doesn't take away from his greatness. It's just, and he's just like, it's just a social media time. I was like, well, everybody else is not doing that, man. Everybody else is not doing that. That's just my opinion.
Oh yeah, and I've been around him because in my office is a picture of me and him.
Yeah.
And I work at camp, he's very humble and stuff, man. I just think like when he did that, that was just another way of him expressing his greatness.
Exactly.
Because everybody is different and they handle it a certain way. And Mike, like I said, Mike and Kobe probably would have did something different. They probably been like, yo, because I mean in the NFL, when these guys like Tom Brady and them, they these records or they do, certain things, like yo, they got the game ball, but they giving it to somebody else. Yo,
Exactly.
Whatever. And then, later on, but, it was a monumental moment. And man, that was his way of showing his greatness, but
Can't be mad at that. Cannot be mad at that.
Hold on.
No
I wanted him to get it the game before. But let me ask you a question. Did they win this game or did they lose?
I think they won the game.
No, I think they lost.
They lost the game. They lost the game. Man, he shouldn't be in there with no ball, man, bragging on. We got it. We all saw it. We all know it. So for them to go and show that, and the camera's on them 24/7 now, it's like, come on, man. To people like me, it makes us look like, man, you not. So, okay, so we went there. I want to talk about something else now. It's LeBron too, since you got me started.
I hope you got time. Okay. All right, just a little more. He hyped now.
Nah, I'm a Laker fan, man. I want the Lakers to win, man. That's all, man. I'm not gonna talk about LeBron.
Does Magic do it?
Does he do what now?
Nah, what LeBron did. Does Magic go in there after they lost Magic Johnson?
Nah, he wouldn't have done that at all.
Yeah. I think like Jay said too, man, the times has changed because those guys were such competitors.
Exactly.
Yeah. Magic wouldn't have cared. Magic would have been like, man, we ain't win this game against Larry. Nah.
Okay, well, let me ask you this. No, let me ask you this. Would Dion Sanders have done it?
No. Nah, Dion.
Thank you.
Wow.
They're different.
Dion Sanders would have did way more than the social media era. Are y'all serious?
I keep trying to, you don't want to listen to me when I was telling you earlier. Dion Sanders was a flashy guy, but he was a humble dude and he understood the game. And he listen, Dion Sanders is one of those great dudes. His talent level was unbelievable and he was out there, but he wouldn't have done nothing like that. Nah.
He also a competitor too. Like Dion wanted. See, when he was in Atlanta, he had some opportunities, but they couldn't get over the hump to win the Super Bowl.
Right.
That's when he was like flashy and stuff. Now, if you're talking about Deion Sanders, Atlanta Falcons, then yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
But Deion Sanders with the Dallas Cowboys and 49ers, it was all about Super Bowl.
That's right.
So it's two different Deions that you asking that question to. But Dion from Atlanta, yeah, it's a possibility he would have did that because he was wrapped into himself. But the older he got and the more knowledge he got, it really worked out for him, and that's why he got Super Bowl rings.
Yeah, 4 and 6. I love him on my team, man. But I'm just letting you know, man. I just think that LeBron would have won. LeBron is a Swiss Army knife to me, right?
Mm-hmm.
He can do everything. But let me ask you this question, because he and I go back all the time. But then he'll send me stuff like, "Oh, you said this," and I was like, "I know, because I know what I'm talking about." So, so LeBron, I think that he's a player killer. I think he kills other players' games because of everything that he does. So if Dion is a great point guard, LeBron's playing point guard. They want you, they know how good you are, but they want you to go over there and shoot jumpers on the spot up, but that's not what you do. What you do well is play point guard. But now you can't play point guard and get in the flow of the game because this guy's here.
Yeah.
Not disrespecting him on what he does, but he takes away from all those other people's games. And to me, if he played more of this position, even though he scored all this and done this, I think that it would be the reverse of him, how many championships he's won to how many he's lost. That's my opinion.
But you see, it's not LeBron though. So the people that we got to point the finger at, see, like all that stuff, man, that's like a, that's like a fall. They trying to put that stuff in front of you because that's not what the deal is. The deal is this: it's the people in the front office and the coach.
Okay.
Because what made Phil Jackson good with Michael Jordan was, Jordan, we can't win if you scoring all the points. You got to make other people better. That's now, if we want to put the ball in LeBron's hand, there's no way I'm gonna go get Kyrie. Right. I'm gonna go get guys around me that can make shots, that can finish at the basket.
Right.
But see, it's not him. I feel like he's in a situation where, they wanted Russ and they wanted Melo and stuff like that, but you can't have a guy like Russ play with LeBron because LeBron got to have the basketball. Russ got to have the basketball. So, like same thing with my team. We done had a lot of dudes can go other places and average 25, 30 points a game.
Right.
But for you to win something, you gotta give up something. So you can't have guys, all the same guys in there that do the same thing, and all of them want the basketball.
Right.
Because it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. And the front office and the coach, they screwed that up.
Yeah.
LeBron ain't screwed up. It's just LeBron want the basketball, put people around him that could make shots, that could finish at the rim, that could defend, and then he'll be fine. But it's just bad front office decisions on guys that they done brought in there.
Okay, so I can agree with that, but this is where I'm going to have my little pushback on. LeBron is in the front office.
Yeah.
LeBron making a lot of decisions.
No, he thought
LeBron making a lot of decisions.
He thought Westbrook was going to come in there and be Westbrook, and he hasn't fulfilled that. And
that's what I'm trying to tell you is the reason why he couldn't be. Coach just told you why.
Yeah,
he just told you why.
He got out of ball.
Okay, but LeBron, when he won, he had Kyrie. He was a shooter. Okay, Russ. We thought Russ was going to come in and somewhat be okay with that, but
Kyrie and Russell Westbrook are not the same person. Kyrie Irving is different. He's different.
He is different, man.
His handles are nice and his shot is crazy. So
it ain't even close.
Okay, so no, let's go to when LeBron when he won. Okay, so he had Dwayne Wade, he had
Chris Bosh,
and who was
Ray Allen.
Ray Allen. That was a loaded team. Who was their point guard?
Mario Thomas. And you know what?
All Mario did was play point guard and do what he was supposed to do, and that's it. That's it.
And get everybody else
doing what he's supposed to do. Russ is not doing it. LeBron don't have to do that, and Russ will play how he's supposed to play. But
this is what I'm telling you. You're still not listening. Listen, Coach just told you. He just told what did Kanye said? I told you. I'm a god. He told you that. He just told you what the deal was. And listen, I tell these youngsters over and over again, it's no disrespect to LeBron, but as you said, he's got to have a certain kind of player. Dame Lillard didn't want to play with, listen, superstars don't want to play with LeBron. You want to know why Anthony Davis didn't mind playing with LeBron? They don't play the same position. LeBron's not going down there like that. I want to throw it into that dude. I like the pass in there. But guards, it's going to be a problem. Rondo came off the bench. Rondo was, I hate that they got rid of Rondo again. I like Rondo, Rondo was good for him. I'm telling you, when he had a person, when he had a true point guard on the team that really played point guard, wasn't trying to score 50 points a game, other than Kyrie, because he's different, they won.
Kyrie win without LeBron.
You're going to something else.
Did he win?
We know LeBron is greater than Kyrie Irving. I mean, we know this. So you don't try to change it up and flip it.
I'm just saying, so don't act like you wouldn't put the ball in LeBron's hands when he wins championships. That's all I'm saying.
Hold on.
Don't act like you're not going to put the ball in his hands when he's not.
Kyrie hit the big shot at the end to win that. Let's remember.
Who got him there?
Hold on. Ray Allen hit the shot over there to get. Stop it.
Who got him there? Y'all, you keep demeaning it.
I'm not saying. Hold on.
He didn't put him in that position.
He played his role. He played the LeBron role.
The Anthony Davis win without LeBron? No. As soon as he comes, they win.
He's a very important part of it.
Hey, but I'm gonna tell you this though. Kobe won without Shaq.
And
Kobe won without Shaq. And on top of that, now listen. See that's the other thing. And see, that's why I got Kobe right behind Mike. If you look at that Lakers team, it was built for Kobe.
Right.
Because you still had Gasol, you had Lamar Odom, Ron Artest, like you had role guys that knew they role.
Roles, that's right.
Like who was the point guard on that team? D Fish, right?
D Fish, yeah.
Air Fish. Yeah. And the thing was, all he had to do was just be the point guard to put them in a position to help them win. Get Kobe the basketball and do your job. That's it.
Tell you, man. Y'all stop messing with me, man. Stop messing with me, man.
when you got a player that can do it all and is just so dominant, what else would you do? You're gonna put them everywhere.
That's what leads to 4 and 10, bro. That's what leads to 4 and 10. Because it's a team. You can't do everything. You can't do everything. Everything gets you 4 and 10.
What 4 and 6, man?
4 and 6. I'm sorry. I'm bad with that. 4 and 6. 4 and 10 sounds better though. But 4 and 6, you're right. I mean, that's crazy.
You're not beating the 73-9 Warriors. Come on now. With Kevin Durant. Come on now.
Michael Jordan was different. Okay, let me go to
96 Bulls wouldn't have beat them. The 96
Bulls. I don't know that. I'm telling you. So let me say this though. What did Pop come out and say? Pop just came out and said what? He said, hey man, Kobe Bryant was on another level. Kobe Bryant was something else. He said everybody just compared him to Michael Jordan, but they was like, Kobe, he said Kobe Bryant was that guy. He was that guy. Sure. Now, I still, because I watched them both. I'm not putting, people get mad with me. It's like, I'm not putting LeBron up there above a whole lot of people. I would just choose them before I choose LeBron. I just would, because I'm glad he's shooting free throws better this year, because that was a big part that I hated about him. Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, perfect basketball players. I don't want to hear, people's like, oh, Kobe didn't, on help defense, I was like, man, shut up. Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan were like the perfect prototypes of a basketball player.
You got that right. Hey, Jay, let me ask you this.
All right.
You got 5 seconds in the game.
Okay.
Giving the ball to Kobe or you giving it to LeBron?
Man, 5 seconds left, I'm giving it to Kobe.
Right.
But LeBron's gonna make the right play to me, and I've always been a right play dude. I've always been a right play dude.
You have. Okay, so
Jordan had to pass the curve. Kobe had to pass the Ron Artest. Come on now. So let's not say they don't make the right play.
Hold on. That's on their genius level, okay? We're not tripping on that, okay? Right. But he figured that they made the shot. But if they didn't make the shot, there would have been a problem. LeBron passed that ball over there to Carmelo, and I got respect for Carmelo, and he missed the shot. So once again, the superstar is supposed to do superstar things.
Yeah, Kobe taking that shot. Kobe and Mike taking that shot. There's no way they passed that basketball. And I got one even better for you. Kobe said, he was like, he said the reason that he takes the last shot because he don't want to think about it the next day of him not taking that shot, of him that basketball up. But that's another part of being great. You know what I'm saying? Like, he didn't want to put it on nobody else. He wanted to take that because he felt like his shoulder can sit there and carry it, and I'm telling you, like, I wasn't even a Kobe fan. But then, as you watch them and you watch him grow as a player, man, like I said, besides Mike, yeah, he was the dude. And everybody in the league, they said that they had a lot of respect for him, and he got it done, man. I mean, he could sit down and guard. That's the other thing I love. Like, when he's locked in, I want to guard him because I want to make sure he don't score nothing. But like now with the NBA, man, it's just like you can't touch him. It's just a lot of crazy stuff, man. But once again, that's not to say that LeBron not great, man. It's just, it's all different times, man, and all of them are great in a certain way, man. But like I said, you answered it yourself. You giving the ball to Kobe.
Well, my thing is, okay, so my question is, why is the standard shooting the ball? For you to get criticized every day about passing the ball and you still pass it, make the right play, shows the type of person or basketball player he is to me. I mean, anybody can come shoot. Nick Young want to shoot the last shot. Everybody on the team want to shoot the last shot to be the winner.
Hold on.
Criticized every time for passing it and making the right play. He shouldn't be criticized for that.
He the greatest player. He the greatest player of all time. So you say,
okay.
So if he the greatest player of all time, the greatest player of all time, Michael Jordan, he doesn't pass that basketball. He's gonna take that shot.
And that's okay. So I guess has been the standard since then. But now I would rather him make the right play. If he's shooting it over 3 people, I don't want you to do that. Kick it to somebody. Kick it to Carmelo, another Hall of Famer that should make the shot. Correct.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. Hold on. Let me ask you a question. Is Kevin Durant taking that last shot?
Oh, absolutely. He ain't gonna pass.
That's the difference. He's taking that last shot.
Kevin Durant gonna take the last shot with Stephen Curry on the team.
That's right.
And that's real. And I'm telling you, that's real. That's his mentality.
It's no hate to LeBron James, as great as he is. I just keep telling you, I can see things that when you said that you didn't like Kobe, I'm a Laker fan. Since Magic Johnson stepped into the league, I've been a Laker fan. I hated Michael Jordan. I talk more noise about Michael Jordan than anything. And then finally, I had to say to myself, when the Lakers lost to Chicago, when they won their first championship, Michael Jordan came baseline and he dunked on his old North Carolina teammate, Sam Perkins. Look, and Michael kept rising. Sam had his arms up. Mike dunked so hard on him. I was like, maybe I've been tripping. I said, yeah. I don't know what I've been watching, because that right there was something else. And so it's no disrespect because everybody's like, oh, you a Jordan. No, I hated Michael Jordan. Not as a man, I hated him as a player because I was a Laker fan. I like Magic Johnson. That's where I was, so no hate to LeBron James. He is 100% the best all-around player that there probably has been. But when it comes to straight killer, are we going out there on the court to play ball? Let's go. We going out to the court to play. You're not picking LeBron first. You're not picking him first. I'm not. Listen, I'm picking Jordan or Kobe or Shaq, Kareem. I'm going all them before I pick LeBron. I'm going to tell you right now. And that's no disrespect to him because he's great. He's great. Yeah, that's right. Hold that thumb up. Well, I love when people come and prove you wrong.
No, y'all wrong. Y'all wrong.
Coach, the only thing I try to tell them, they're always trying to wrong me, and I'm just trying to right them. You know what I'm saying? That's it.
No, it's not wrong with that, man. It's crazy, man, because, like I said, man, it's been those guys done played with a lot of great players too.
Yeah.
And all of them are great, like I said, in their own rights, because you can sit there and talk to people until they blue in the face, because the thing is they want to run to the numbers. Mm-hmm. But the numbers are great, man, and they don't lie. Like, he done accomplished a lot of great things.
Sure.
Then you sit there and say, okay, well, Mike got more championships, Kobe got more championships, but like I said, you got to kind of look at the overall picture, man. Like, all those guys were great during their times.
Right.
But I just think the order still is, Mike, Kobe, and then LeBron. But, other people, they say different because they came out with that top 75 list. And
right.
It was a lot of great people that they left off of that list.
Yeah, where's Alex English, man?
Yeah.
Where's that on there? Yeah, I don't even understand that one. One of the greatest scorers of all time. How is he not on there? I don't get it. Yeah. But it's all love. It's all love, though, man. And maybe some of them didn't win championships, but there's a few others that didn't win championships. It's all beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
So anyway, man, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go ahead and end it because we can continue to talk forever, man. We can talk forever. So ladies and gentlemen, this is the Going In
podcast
with yours truly, Lord Nelson, and
Jay Parker.
And Mr. Unbelievable 3-Peter. You know what I'm saying? How many championships do you have now?
I got 4, baby.
4 championships. He's changing the world, baby.
4 and 5 years.
4 and 5 years, boy. That's dynasty type stuff there, boy. You better believe it. It is Coach Dion Bethea, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for being with us, man. We truly, truly appreciate you, man. We truly appreciate you, man.
Man, it's all love, man. I appreciate y'all having me, man. I'm glad y'all invited me, man. And
come on, stop playing, man. It's all good.
So appreciate y'all.
Good. Yeah. Hey, just follow through, man. Just follow through. All right, man. Be good. We appreciate you, bro.
All right, man. I'm gonna holler at y'all, man.
All right, man. Be good.
All right, peace.
All right, peace.